Leo sat alone in the small cockpit of his ship, the Star Runner. The cold glow of the control panels was the only light in the darkness of deep space. Outside, stars stretched endlessly in every direction. The silence was both peaceful and heavy. He had been drifting like this for weeks, searching for anything valuable enough to trade for fuel and food. At 30 years old, Leo was not a great pilot or a famous explorer. He was a scavenger, a man who picked through forgotten corners of space to find scraps left behind by others. His ship was old and small, with many parts worn down from years of use. Still, it was his home, and it kept him alive. As he adjusted, the ship's course near an uncharted asteroid belt, a sudden beep echoed through the cockpit. A signal blinked on the screen, a soft, steady pulse repeating over and over. It was faint and weak, unlike the usual transmissions from space stations or nearby ships. Curious, Leo leaned closer to the scanner. The signal did not match anything in his ship's database. It was not a distress call or a message from known space travelers. It seemed to come from deeper, farther beyond where anyone had ever searched before. His heart quickened. Finding something unknown in deep space could be dangerous, but it could also mean treasure. Leo knew this could be the chance he had been waiting for. He changed course and moved slowly toward the source of the signal. The asteroid field grew thick and dark outside the windows, large rocks floating silently in the void. His ship's engines hummed as he carefully navigated between the stones. After hours of steady flight, the signal grew stronger. Suddenly, a shape appeared through the blackness ahead, a giant ship unlike any Leo had ever seen. It was enormous, with tall spires and strange designs covering its surface. The metal was dark and worn, covered in dust and scratches from time. It looked ancient, like a relic from a time long ago. Leo's breath caught. No ship this size had been seen near this part of space for centuries. The legends spoke of a lost alien civilization that vanished thousands of years ago. Many thought their ships were just stories. Now here it was. He brought the Star Runner closer and docked in a small opening on the side of the ship. The metal doors slid open with a hiss. The docking bay was empty, cold, and filled with shadows. The silence inside was thicker than outside, as if the ship itself was holding its breath. Leo stepped out of his ship, carrying only his small toolkit and a flashlight. His boots echoed on the metal floor. Strange symbols covered the walls, curved lines and dots that pulsed softly with blue light. The air was stale but breathable. The ship seemed to be waiting for him. As Leo moved deeper, the walls began to change color and patterns. A low hum filled the air and the symbols glowed brighter. Suddenly, the doors behind him closed with a loud clang. He froze. For a moment, he thought about running back to his ship, but curiosity pushed him forward. He raised his hand and touched one of the glowing symbols. Instantly, the floor beneath him lit up with more symbols, creating a path forward. His mind raced. Was the ship alive? Was it trying to communicate? More. Lights appeared along the walls and a soft voice echoed through the corridors, not in words he understood, but in feelings. It was calm, welcoming, and curious. Leo felt strange, like the ship was learning about him, studying him. He reached a large room filled with ancient machines and a huge viewing window looking out into space. The stars shone bright and distant. In the center was a console, covered in strange controls that seemed to shift and change when he looked at them. Suddenly, the console lit up fully, showing images of alien planets, stars, and ships long forgotten. Leo's heart pounded as he realized this was a library of knowledge from a lost civilization. The ship began to speak to him in his mind, a voice clear and steady. "You are here. You are the one." Leo blinked. Was the ship calling him the one? What did that mean? He tried to answer, but no words came out. Instead, he reached out and pressed a button on the console. The ship reacted instantly, lights flickering and machines humming to life. The floor beneath him shifted, revealing stairs leading down deeper into the ship. Leo hesitated, but took a step forward. The air grew warmer and more alive. Far below, Strange chambers filled with glowing crystals and floating objects awaited. The ship showed him visions, battles between stars, powerful beings wielding energy beyond imagination, and a warning of dangers that destroyed the old alien empire. Leo's mind was filled with questions. Why had the ship waited for him? What power did he now hold? His thoughts were interrupted by a sudden alarm. Red lights flashed and the ship vibrated. Outside sensors showed movement, an unknown ship approaching fast. Leo rushed to the viewing window. A sleek black alien vessel appeared, cutting through space like a shadow. It was closing in on the ancient ship. Panic filled Leo's chest. He was alone and outnumbered. The alien ship's intentions were unknown. The console flashed a message. In symbols Leo could not read but understood by feeling. A warning to prepare. The ancient ship's doors locked tight. Leo was trapped inside. The ship was alive and protecting him. It was ready to fight. For the first time in his life, Leo felt something new. Not just fear or hope, but a strange connection. He was no longer just a scavenger. He was part of something much bigger, and his adventure had just begun. The black alien ship moved quickly through space, closing the distance with the ancient vessel Leo had found. Inside the ancient ship, the air was tense but calm. The walls glowed softly, and strange symbols pulsed like a heartbeat. Leo stood near the console, trying to understand what was happening. Suddenly, the ship's AI spoke to him again, this time more clearly in his mind. You are chosen. Only one with human mind can control this vessel. Leo blinked. He didn't understand how it knew he was human, or why it called him chosen. His heart beat faster with a mix of fear and excitement. The alien ship outside stopped near the ancient vessel. Its large window showed a crew of strange beings. They wore dark armor and moved with a purpose. They were explorers, or hunters. A loud voice echoed inside the ancient ship. Leo could not understand the words, but he knew the meaning. The aliens wanted him to surrender the ship. Leo clenched his fists. He was just a scavenger. What right did these aliens have to claim this ancient ship? It had waited for him, and now it was alive. It protected him. He pressed buttons on the console, and the ship answered with a soft humming sound. Lights moved along the walls and doors closed tightly around him. The ship was ready to defend. Suddenly, a screen appeared showing the alien ship's leader. She was tall, with sharp eyes and silver hair that shimmered even in the dim light. She looked at Leo with a mixture of surprise and suspicion. I am Commander Vera, the alien woman said in perfect galactic standard. You must leave. This ship belongs to our ancestors. You are trespassing. Leo swallowed. He wanted to answer, but the ship's voice spoke again, guiding his thoughts. They left. This ship was lost. Only a human with the rare genetic key can command it. Leo looked at the screen, then back at the console. He felt a strange power flowing through him. The ship was alive. Not just machines, but a living mind. It had waited for someone like him. Commander Vera's ship moved closer. Leo could see their weapons, powerful and dangerous. He knew he could not fight them with his small ship. But now he was inside this ancient vessel. The ship's AI offered an idea. Use me, it said simply. Leo took a deep breath. He pressed a button, and suddenly the ship responded. Walls shifted and revealed hidden rooms filled with strange weapons and armor. The ancient vessel's power slowly awakened. A holographic map appeared showing distant stars and planets. The ship had once traveled through these places, carrying explorers and warriors long ago. Leo realized this was no ordinary ship. It held secrets and strength beyond anything he had seen. The alien patrol ship opened communications again. Leave now, or face destruction, Commander Vera warned. Leo stood firm. He was no longer just a man lost in space. He was the pilot of a legend. The ancient ship's weapons powered on, beams of energy glowing softly but ready to strike. The ship moved slightly, positioning itself defensively. The aliens fired a warning shot, a bright energy blast that slammed into the ancient ship's outer hull. The impact shook the whole vessel. But the ancient ship did not retreat. Instead, it responded with a powerful pulse of energy, disabling the alien ship's engines. Commander Vera's face changed from anger to shock. The ancient ship was stronger than they had expected. Leo felt the ship's mind guiding him, teaching him how to control its systems. He was amazed at the speed of learning. It was like the ship and he were becoming one. The alien ship was now drifting powerless nearby. "Commander." Vera contacted Leo again, her voice calmer but still firm. "This power is too great for a human. Surrender the ship, and we may offer you protection." Leo shook his head. He thought of all the times humans had been seen as weak, unimportant in the galaxy. This ship had waited for him, a human, to bring it back to life. "I will not surrender," Leo said, his voice steady. Suddenly, the ship's AI opened a hidden door leading to a room filled with glowing crystals. The crystals pulsed with energy, and the walls showed images of the ancient aliens who built this vessel. Leo saw their history, a civilization once mighty, destroyed by their own wars. The ship was designed to hold knowledge and power to prevent such destruction again. The AI explained silently. Only a being with balance and empathy could safely control the ship. The aliens had left it waiting for someone like Leo. Outside, the alien ship crew began repairs, ready to return with reinforcements. Commander Vera's warning was clear. This was only the first encounter. Leo looked at the glowing crystals and then at the console. He felt a new strength inside him. The ship was not just a weapon, it was a protector of peace and knowledge. He made a decision. He would learn the ship's secrets and use its power to protect, not to destroy. The ancient vessel slowly lifted from its hiding place, its engines humming like a giant waking from a long sleep. Leo prepared for what was next. He was no longer alone in space. He had a powerful ship and enemies who wanted to take it. But he was ready. The ship's AI whispered, one last message before the controls locked in. "Together we will change the galaxy." Leo stood at the main control room of the ancient ship. His hands trembled slightly as he touched the glowing panels. The ship hummed softly beneath him, like a living creature waking from a long sleep. He could feel a strange connection between himself and the vessel, a bond that grew stronger every moment. Outside the massive window, the black alien patrol ship drifted silently, damaged but still dangerous. Commander Vera's stern face appeared again on the console screen. Her eyes were sharp, full of suspicion, but also a flicker of something else. Maybe fear or respect. "Human," she said, "this ship is too powerful for one person. Return it, or face the consequences." Leo looked out at the stars beyond, then back at the screen. "I'm not here to fight," he replied, "but I won't give up this ship. It belongs to no one now, except maybe me. It has waited a long time for someone to bring it back." Vera's voice grew colder. "You do not understand. The ship's technology is ancient, but deadly. You are risking the safety of many by holding onto it." Leo felt the weight of her words. He was just a man, a simple scavenger. But the ship made him something more. It chose him. The AI had told him so. "I will learn to use it wisely," Leo said firmly. "And I will protect those who cannot protect themselves." The screen flickered and Vera's face disappeared. The ship's alarms rang softly, warning of nearby ships closing in fast. More alien vessels appeared on the sensors, a fleet heading toward Leo's location. The ancient ship reacted immediately. Powerful shields rose around it, glowing blue and humming with energy. Weapon systems that had been silent for thousands of years powered on, ready to defend. Leo was overwhelmed, but focused. The AI guided his hands across controls, teaching him to activate the ship's defenses and weapons. He was surprised at how natural it felt, as if he had been born to pilot this vessel. "Threats approaching," the AI warned. "Prepare for possible battle." Leo's heart pounded. He thought of Earth, his home far away, and the small life he had left behind. Now he was at the center of something much larger, a cosmic struggle for power and survival. The alien fleet reached firing range, Bright energy blasts lit up space as the enemy ships attacked. The ancient ship responded with bursts of energy, blocking attacks with shields and firing powerful beams back. The battle was fierce but brief. The ancient ship's weapons were unlike anything the enemy had seen. Ships were pushed back, engines failing one by one. Inside the control room, Leo felt a surge of pride. He had not only survived, he had fought back and won. Yet the victory was only the start. The AI projected a holographic message from the alien command center, demanding an immediate ceasefire and offering terms for negotiation. Leo knew this was his chance. Fighting an entire alien fleet was impossible, but talking might buy time. He sent a message back. I want peace. I want to understand this ship's history and use it to protect, not to destroy. Moments later, a smaller alien ship arrived, carrying a delegation. Leo met the envoy, a calm, wise alien named Terran. Terran explained the ancient ship's origin. It was a guardian vessel created by a civilization long gone. Its purpose was to protect knowledge and peace in the galaxy. Your species is unique, Terran said. You have qualities the ancient ones believed necessary to control this power. Empathy, courage, and balance. That is why the ship accepted you. Leo nodded. He felt honored but also burdened by the responsibility. As they talked, the alien fleet outside remained cautious but held back. Tensions were high, but a fragile understanding had formed. Suddenly alarms blared again. Sensors detected a stealth ship approaching fast, trying to break through the defenses. Leo and Terran rushed to the viewing window. The ship was small and sleek, a scout from a rival faction, unknown and dangerous. Before anyone could react, the stealth ship fired a powerful weapon aimed directly at the ancient vessel's core. The blast hit the shield, causing a massive shockwave. The ship rocked violently. Leo stumbled but kept his focus. Shields failing, the AI warned urgently. Prepare for emergency protocols. Leo pressed a series of buttons, activating hidden defenses and emergency energy flows. The ship's core began to glow with bright light. The stealth ship fired again, but this time the ancient vessel responded with a sudden burst of energy, striking the attacker and sending it spinning away. Leo realized the ancient ship held more power than even he knew. But it was fragile too. Terran looked at him with concern. Your enemies will not stop. You must be ready. Leo's mind raced. He was just one man, but now he carried the fate of this powerful vessel, and maybe the galaxy. He made a decision. He would train, learn, and master this ship's secrets. He would seek allies, protect the innocent, and fight those who wished to misuse such power. The ship's AI whispered in his mind, calm and steady. We will face what comes, together. Outside, the stars shone bright. The battle had only just begun. Leo stood in the ancient ship's main chamber, his eyes wide with amazement. The walls around him shimmered with soft light, and strange symbols floated in the air like holograms. The ship was waking up fully now, revealing its true strength. The AI spoke again, calm and patient. This vessel holds knowledge and power lost to time. You are the only human capable of unlocking it. Leo reached out and touched a glowing panel. Suddenly, a hidden door slid open, revealing a large room filled with weapons, armor, and strange machines. Some looked like tools of war, others like devices for healing or creation. He stepped inside, feeling both awe and fear. This was more than a ship. It was a vault of an ancient civilization's secrets. As Leo explored, memories flashed before his eyes. Visions of a great empire torn apart by war, a race that built the ship to protect their wisdom and prevent destruction. But the empire had fallen, leaving the ship lost and silent for thousands of years. Now it had found a new pilot. Outside, the alien fleet was regrouping. Leo knew the danger was far from over, but the ship was ready. The AI guided him to a control panel. This weapon system was never meant for offense but for defense. It harnesses energy from stars and channels it with precision. Leo studied the controls. He could feel the ship's power humming beneath his hands. This was the kind of strength no one expected a human to have. A warning beeped softly, alerting him to a message incoming from Commander Vera's forces. "This power is unnatural," her voice said over the speakers. "It threatens the balance of the galaxy. You must surrender the ship or we will destroy you." Leo's jaw tightened. "I'm not afraid of threats," he said quietly. "This ship belongs to no one but the one who can control it." Suddenly, a new figure appeared on the screen, a leader from another alien faction. She was calm, wise, and spoke with authority. "Leo," she said, "the power you hold can bring peace or chaos. You must choose your path carefully." Leo listened, realizing that this ancient ship was more than a weapon. It was a test, a challenge to humanity. He thought about Earth, the small blue planet so far away. Humans had faced many dangers, but had survived through courage and kindness. Maybe this ship was meant to show the galaxy something new, that strength could come from empathy. The ship's AI guided him deeper into the vessel. They reached a room filled with glowing crystals, pulsing with energy. The AI explained, "These crystals store the knowledge of the ancient ones. They hold secrets of science, history, and peace." Leo placed his hand on one crystal. A flood of images filled his mind. Star systems, ancient battles, and lessons learned. He understood that this knowledge was priceless. As he learned, the ship's weapons and shields powered up. The ancient vessel was no longer a forgotten relic. It was a living fortress. Outside, the alien fleets watched warily. Some sent diplomats to talk. Others prepared their ships for war. Leo realized the galaxy was changing. Humans were no longer just newcomers. They were players on a grand stage. He made a decision. The ship's power was too great to be used for conquest or revenge. It was a tool to protect and unite. The AI agreed. "We will protect knowledge and life. We will fight only when necessary." Leo sent a message to the alien leaders. "I will use this ship to defend peace. I seek allies, not enemies." Some responded with hope, others with suspicion, but the fragile peace held for now. The ship's AI showed Leo a final secret, a hidden chamber containing an ancient artifact. It was a small device glowing with soft light. This artifact contains a message from the builders. It says that only a pilot with balance and heart can unlock the ship's full power. Leo held the device, feeling its warmth. He knew his journey was just beginning. The stars outside shone with promise. The galaxy was vast, full of dangers and wonders, but Leo was ready. With the ancient ship by his side, he would face whatever came next. The ancient ship, now fully awake and powerful, glided through deep space like a great guardian. Leo stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars. The feeling inside him was unlike anything before, a mix of hope, fear, and excitement. This was no longer just a scavenger's life. He was a pilot of legend. News about the ancient ship spread quickly across the galaxy. Some called it a miracle. Others feared it as a weapon of destruction. Alien governments and empires sent messages, some full of curiosity, others full of caution, but Leo had made his choice. The ship was not a tool for war or conquest. It was a protector of peace and knowledge. He had promised the ship's AI and himself to keep it that way. One day, while traveling near a busy space station, Leo received a message from Earth's government. The words made his heart skip. "We need to talk," the message said simply. Leo hesitated. Earth was far away, but its call was strong. He knew his journey was changing not just the galaxy, but his home too. Before he could respond, the ship's AI warned him. "Unknown vessel approaching fast. It is not hostile, but it demands immediate communication." Leo prepared to meet whoever was coming. A small human ship docked alongside the ancient vessel. A team of Earth officials stepped aboard, scientists, military officers, and diplomats. They looked amazed to see Leo at the controls of the legendary ship. Their leader, a woman named Captain Maya, stepped forward. "Leo, the world has watched your discovery," she said. We want to understand what you have found and how it can help us. Leo explained the ship's history, the power it held, and his promise to protect it. The Earth team listened carefully, filled with both hope and concern. Captain Maya spoke again. This ship is a symbol, not just of ancient technology, but of what humanity can achieve. But it must be protected from those who seek to use it for harm. Together, they formed a plan. Leo would lead missions to explore unknown parts of space, searching for lost knowledge and helping those in need. Earth would support him, offering resources and allies. As the ancient ship moved out of the space station, Leo felt a new purpose. He was no longer alone, but challenges awaited. Alien factions still watched closely, some ready to strike. Leo knew he had to be ready for anything. During one mission, the ship detected a distress call from a remote colony under attack. Without hesitation, Leo set course to help. The colony was surrounded by hostile forces, but the ancient ship's weapons and shields kept it safe. Leo coordinated with the colonists, using the ship's advanced systems to defend and evacuate. The battle was fierce, but with courage and the ship's power, Leo succeeded. The grateful colonists hailed him as a hero. Word of his deeds spread, inspiring hope across the galaxy. For the first time, many saw humans as protectors, not just newcomers. Back on the ship, Leo often visited the chamber with the glowing crystals. He learned more about the ancient civilization's wisdom, lessons about peace, balance, and respect for life. He realized that true strength came not from weapons, but from understanding and unity. One night, while looking out at the stars, Leo thought about the future. The galaxy was vast and full of mysteries, but with the ancient ship and his new allies, he believed anything was possible. A message blinked on the console. It was from the ship's AI. Leo, new coordinates discovered. A place where knowledge and peace may flourish. Leo smiled. "Let's go," he said. The ship's engines roared to life and they jumped into hyperspace, heading toward a new chapter. The story of Leo and the ancient ship was just beginning, a legend of humanity's courage and the power of hope in the stars.